Hello everyone, good day. We'll be discussing about the performance budgeting. So what is performance budgeting? A new approach to budgeting that focuses on the amount of work that has been completed is called performance budgeting. However, rather than the amount of money to be spent on various goals, it is primarily concerned with the organization's objective to be reached. So, performance budgeting is the system for allocating, spending, and managing a government's financial resources based on performance data. To improve spending priorities and raise the efficiency and effectiveness of public expenditures, governments use performance based budgeting. So instead of reverting to the status quo, this strategy enables cities to make and explain financial adjustments that fulfill public needs and achieve citywide objectives. The term performance refers to outcomes or results. The performance budgets provides a link between estimated inputs and anticipated results. A performance budget is one that offers the aim and objectives for which funds are required, the scope of the program suggested for accomplishing those objectives, and quantitative data assessing the successes and work completed under each program. So this is said by Burkhead. It is a system in which input costs are tied to the final outcome or performance. It seeks to shift attention from the means of accomplishments to the accomplishments itself. In other words, the emphasis is not just on expenditure but also on achievement. So, simply put, performance budgeting is the act of creating goals and then accomplishing those goals within the constraint of allocated expenses. So, the outcomes in this word here is refers to the goods and services that a government agency or ministry produces, such as roads, schools, and healthcare services. So aside from allocating fundings based on expected results, governments also use performance budgeting in managing how the budgets are spent.
Features of performance budgeting is the contents of a performance base that presents a result based on the activities to achieve a specified objectives. First, it should be organized around its functions, programs, and activities. The overall operations are separated into functions, tasks, and activities. Also, the aim or the purpose for which the funds will be spent is defined for each job or activity. An appropriate procedure or criteria are established for measuring the job or task. Its targets are established for each program or activity in terms of both monetary value and its physical amount. It also presents a system-based budgeting strategy, and lastly, it is commonly utilized in public sector businesses and government agencies.
Steps in performance budgeting. Creating accountability establishments. In creating accountability establishments, it is very important above all because it would be useless your all plans if your establishment is not effective. Organizing the overall labor force into separate functions, programs, and activities. Organizing is important because when you organize, the things will run smoothly and it will be organized accordingly and it will not end up with a mess. Setting financial and physical goals for each department or agency. Setting financial and physical goals are necessary because it will help or it would be your foundation for each department or agency. Actual performance evaluation. Having an actual performance evaluation is also necessary so that you can know the success of your plans. Evaluating performance by comparing actual outcomes to expectations. Performance evaluation and appropriate measures. Evaluating performance and performance evaluation are important because in this part, it will actually measures or weigh on how you perform in budgeting before you finalize the things that you think that is needed to be changed.
Advantages of performance budgeting. First, it clearly states the goals and objective for which resources are sought. It states that the purpose and objective for which funds are needed. Second, it assesses progress toward both short-term and long-term goals. The third, it enhances budget formulation at all levels of management. The fourth one, it enhances coordination between upper and lower management. Fifth, it increases overall accountability. The sixth, it enables more effective performance auditing. And lastly, it guarantees that resources are used efficiently. The advantages of performance budgeting brings transparency in the budget formulations process, and it also helps in decision making regarding the allocation of funds. And it is a tool for reviewing efficiency of programs, and it integrates the process of planning, programming, and budgeting.
Limitations of performance budgeting. First, it is difficult to categorize all operations into different functions, programs, and activities. Second, it exclusively assesses the program's quantitative and financial characteristics, and as a result, it lacks a qualitative approach. Third, the lack of consistency in accounting heads makes comparing budget to actual a pointless exercise. And lastly, it should only be used for programs where assessment can be done precisely, and as a result, its application is restricted.
Thank you for listening. The reporters, Stephanie Filoteo, Emmanuel Orlanda, Jan Noguera, and Rhea Valiente.